Hey everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the new home. It's a mess behind me as you can see. We're still unpacking and getting everything set up, so hope you'll forgive the disorganization behind me and the weird angle because I'm not at my traditional angle because I haven't finished setting up the office. In the meantime, who cares? Let's dive in. Today we're going to be talking about the March 2022 Producer's Letter for Lord of the Rings Online, which is my favorite MMORPG. Hopefully it's something that you enjoy as well. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you get updates for future content. And if you like the video, don't forget to hit that like button. We have a Discord. You can join our gaming community. All those links are down below. So let's dive in, everybody. Um, this was the producer's letter that went out on the 18th. I'm recording this on the morning of the 19th. There's a lot to unpack here in this producer's letter. The big thing is that the next big update here, which they've planned, update 33, planned for late April when they're kicking off the 15th anniversary celebration, and there's a few surprises. The first and foremost is, and this is not the coolest news, but it is cool news nevertheless. They're adding a new area to the game, a northern region known as the Yonder Shire, which is a sparsely populated region of moors, thickets, and fen that has long been home to hobbit recluses and troublemakers. Since the time of Bull Roarer took, the Yonder Shire has squabbled with the more comfortable parts of the Shire, with the upstart Lotho Sackville Baggins aiming to bully local hobbits. Um, it looks pretty interesting, to be honest with you, and it's always good to have more Shire to explore. Second part of this is the anniversary festival with a whole new festival instance called a Flurry of Fireworks. All that's very cool, but let's get into the juicy stuff because there's some really juicy stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. This is my favorite part. Third, they're making changes to VIP. Some of the smaller changes are staying under wraps for now, but VIP will now include the standard versions of Mordor, Minas Morgul, and the War of Three Peaks expansions. You may be wondering why only those expansions. Well, that brings me to the next announcement, as they say. Fourth and long requested, we're making some big changes to the LOTRO store. We saw some of these, by the way, a while back with the gold cap being removed, but they talk about that a little bit here. But starting with update 33, the High Elf race is now going to be free for all players, which is pretty cool. I paid for it. Excuse me. I paid for it years ago. It was like 1,000 points or something. That's really cool. But let's just dive into this is the big change here, along with the VIP change. So this is just in my mind, this is bringing the game up to modern standards because for a long time people have complained that Lord of the Rings Online is one of the most nickel and dimey of the free to play options out there, and they haven't for a long time. They did finally get the on their expansions page. They do have an all-in-one package now, which is $60, which includes everything up to Mordor. And I know I did a recent video on Lord of the Rings Online, and I talked about that and said, hey, at least they've made steps in that direction because most games these days you can get into the base game and play it all the way up to the most recent expansion, free to play, or they have some sort of an all-in-one pack that you can buy, which includes everything up to the most recent expansion. And Lotro has never done that. Lotro has always had these little things where you can get these two expansions, but not these ones. You can get these three, but not these ones. And if you get the most recent one, you don't get anything included in the most recent one other than the most recent expansion. This is not a perfect solution, but it is a solution. So they're making changes to bring it up to modern standards, which is cool. So for now, if you're VIP, you get Mordor, Minas Morgul, and the War of Three Peaks included in your expansion. But more importantly, is this part right here. Then they say this is one of the biggest changes that we've made since Lord of the Rings Online went free to play all those years ago. With this date, all quests, all areas, all instances, and all expansions released between the original launch of the game in 2007 and up to and including Helm's Deep are free forever. everyone, which is pretty cool. Um, it's pretty amazing news because that's a ton of content all the way up to level 95, and believe me, it's a ton of content. Like I've played this game since launch. I've still never gotten beyond Rohan. It's a alt thing. Um, so the fact that you're getting everything up to and including Helm's Deep now for free with the free to play version is amazing. And then if you VIP beyond that, you get what do they say? Mordor, Minas Morgul, and War of the Three Peaks, which brings you up to the most recent expansion, which is the Fate of Gundabad. I think is what it's called. Um, so basically, between free to play and VIP, you're going to be able to have everything up to the most recent expansion without needing to actually buy any expansion material. So again, they've done it in a slightly different way than other games, but they have now pretty much brought Lord of the Rings Online up to the modern standards where you'll be able to play everything up to the most recent expansion. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, Also talking about some legendary server information here, and they've got some more information about some small VIP changes um, up at the 15th year anniversary mark, but they're not releasing those quite yet. So there's still quite a bit of information to coming in the pipeline. But the big thing is that we're getting all sorts of new content for Lord of the Rings Online. Now, I know this makes some people are like, "Oh, they should have done this years ago. I just spent, $60 and I just and I do feel for those people who just bought, a $60 all-in-one pack that gave them everything up to Mordor because now that's going to be included for free. It does suck if you're on the tail end of that. I don't disagree with that at all. But for someone like me, I've always played VIP and I've just owned the quad pack for years, and that's always been enough for me. And recently I'm finally getting to the point where I'm going to be looking beyond Rohan this year. And I was going, well, I wonder if it's, which pack do I want to pick up? Because it was going to cost me the same amount of money to do Helm's Deep and Mordor as it was going to be to buy the expansion Trove pack, which had everything up to Mordor and some other perks included. So I was like, if I'm going to be spending $60, then which one's going to be best for me? Now the fact that they're including everything up through the War of the Three Peaks with a VIP subscription means that I can just keep playing like I've always played as a VIP, and I get everything included for that subscription, which is pretty awesome. And then for people like my brother who often play as free to play accounts, he's got all the way up through Helm's Deep, which he's been wanting to play for years, and we've just never gotten to that point. So this is good news all around for everybody. I'm really excited about this. Hopefully you're excited as well. I think it's going to breathe new life into this game, and it goes into why I say that Lord of the Rings Online is going to be the biggest MMORPG of 2022, despite the fact that it's a 15-year-old game. Check out the other video I did recently on that fact with the investor reports from EG7 and beyond. And again, if you've gotten to the end of this and you like the video and you don't mind the mess behind me as we get set up at our new house, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon as well so you get updates for future content that I produce here on YouTube. Don't forget we have a gaming community playing Lord of the Rings Online Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, a little bit in between. You can find links to all that in our Discord, which is down below. If you want to support the channel, you can join as a member. You can also hurry on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/wandering hermits, where my brother, my wife, and I are building the world of the Weave and the Void, which you've seen in the past. There's a world map. Don't have it up yet. We're getting it all set up. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed today, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see everybody in the next episode. Hope you enjoy Lord of the Rings Online as much as I do. Till then.